Right guys, so just over a week ago I uploaded my gaming setup tour, and as you can see, it hasn't aged too well. Now the reason for that is because about 24 hours after I uploaded that video, the monitor that you're seeing behind me, the Philips ultra-wide QD OLED gaming monitor, went on sale almost at half price. It went down from £1,100 all the way down to $699, which is an unheard of deal and probably the cheapest QD OLED you're ever going to see. So I had to pull the trigger. Now, did I need to upgrade my monitors that I had before? Probably not. Should I have bought it? Definitely not. However, it is here and it's absolutely beautiful. And I've been wanting an ultra-wide monitor of this quality for quite a while now, and now it's here, I'm absolutely blown away. Genuinely one of the best quality screens I've ever seen. Now it's not 100% perfect, there are some issues with it, and I will mention those a little bit later, but this is about as good as it gets when it comes to ultra-wide gaming. So the monitor that you see behind me is the PHILIPS Evnia 34-inch ultra-wide QD OLED. It's a 1440p ultra-wide monitor, 175Hz, 1ms response time, QD OLED. It's pretty much got everything you could want out of a monitor. After using this for about a week now, it is genuinely one of the best screens I've ever seen. Now what Philips have done is they've taken the panel from the Samsung Odyssey OLED G8 monitor that has been around for over a year now, and the same OLED panel that the Alienware ultra-wides have used and been very popular as well. Because it is the same panel, it does come with the same problems that a lot of other QD OLEDs have had, for example the pixel fringing, and there is some problems with blooming, especially when it's like a very small white object on a black background. However, on a whole, this is incredible. But when you actually load up some games on this monitor, it makes it all worth it. And for the price I paid, you can't complain. And even though it's the cheapest out of the ultra-wide OLED monitors, in my opinion, with the design and the nice aesthetic of it as well, it's my favourite. In terms of the design for this monitor, for me, it's absolutely perfect. It's completely white, it matches the aesthetic of the room, and it's got RGB lighting that goes around all of the monitor. This is great because like the Philips TVs have with the Ambiglow technology, this is the same. You've got the LEDs that actually can follow what's on the screen and light up the background. And it's really bright as well. As you can see, the light that is lighting up behind this monitor is the Ambiglow lighting. Genuinely, for built-in lights in the monitor, you can't complain whatsoever, and it's a much cleaner setup than having a LED strip behind the monitor, for example. But overall, it's a very futuristic looking monitor. Apart from the Samsung Odyssey G8, which I do like the design of that one a lot as well, I would take this one over that, and I would definitely take this one over the Alienware monitor that is also available as well. In terms of design, that is. Now because this monitor is an OLED panel, not only you get the great things that come with OLEDs generally, for example the incredible picture quality, the perfect black levels, and mainly for gaming, the instant response time with a 0.03ms response time, and the fact you pretty much never get any artifacting or ghosting during gameplay. It means that as far as gaming monitors go, it's about as good as it gets. However, there are a few common concerns that people have when it comes to OLED monitors and just OLEDs in general, mainly the burning. Now I can't comment on that because I've had it for less than a week, so I'm not actually sure. I will come back to you. However, from my experience with other OLEDs, for example I've got my 42-inch LG C2, I've had that for over a year now and still no problems with burning whatsoever, and the same with my 65 wallpaper TV. It's fine. However, like I said, this is a newer panel and I've only had this for less than a week, so I can't comment on it. However, I will come back in the future at some point, let you know how my experience has been with burning. However, on the other hand, another concern people have is with brightness. I'm happy to confirm I have no problems with brightness whatsoever. This is the brightest OLED I've ever had. It's about the same brightness as my LG C2. However, the one difference I've found with this one and my TV is that the TV will dim its brightness if you're on a static background for a while, whereas this one doesn't dim as quickly, and you'll probably see throughout the video that this screen will probably dim a little bit. However, if you've ever seen a video with my LG C2 in the background, you'll realise that dims a lot faster, whereas this one, it seems to hold its brightness, although it seems to be dimming now actually a little bit. Generally, it holds its brightness for much longer periods of time. Now another thing I want to talk about is the built-in speakers. Now unlike 90% of other gaming monitors and just monitors in general, this monitor does come with built-in speakers. However, they are pretty terrible. They sound really tinny, they sound really muffled, and to be honest with you, it makes my £14 soundbar sound incredible compared. Now I will do a little comparison, but generally do not, if you're getting this, don't expect the sound quality to be anything great whatsoever. Like if you wanted to use it for anything serious, I'd get yourself an external speakers or get yourself a good headset, because the speakers on these, they're okay if you need them in a pinch, but generally they're really, really terrible. Now I want to briefly cover some of the things that I do really like about this monitor, and then also some things that have been quite problematic. Firstly, the monitor has a USB-C port on it as well, so you can plug that into a laptop with a USB-C port. It'll take the image from your laptop and put it on the monitor, and it can also charge your laptop, which is great. Another thing that I do like as well is that on the bottom left of the monitor you do have two USB pass-through ports, which you can plug the monitor into your PC with the included USB cable, and that'll give you two USB-A ports which you can use to pass through to your PC. That's really helpful. And also every cable that you're ever going to need for this monitor comes included in the box, and it's all colour matched as well. So you get your power cable, you get a DisplayPort cable, you get a HDMI cable, you get a USB-C cable as well, which works absolutely fine for charging and displaying your laptop, and you do get that USB-A to B cable, which is good for your USB pass-through port as well. Overall, this monitor is great, however it's not all perfect. Now one major issue with this monitor that I noticed straight away but I've got used to now, and to be honest it's not a big problem once you get used to it, is the issue with pixel fringing. Now if you are going to use this monitor for productivity work and not much gaming whatsoever, I would probably avoid it and I'd say go get something else, because there is quite a big issue with text being blurry on this monitor and seeing a green and pink edge to all the text and logos as well. The reason for this is due to the sub-pixel layout of this monitor. Rather than your standard monitors which have an RGB layout, red, green and blue, this monitor doesn't have its pixels laid out like that. It sounds really small, but when you're actually reading text, you see a green and pink edge to lots of different text, especially smaller text. Personally, I saw it straight away, but I asked a few people in my family, they didn't see it and thought, how would you even notice that? To me, I noticed it. I know quite a few people have noticed it as well, but it's just something to keep in mind. I don't even notice it anymore after I've been using it for a while. I forget it's even there, and once you're playing games, you definitely don't notice it at all. And as soon as you see the picture quality of the game itself, it's all worth it, I promise. I don't really know what it is with 21:9 gaming. Because of that extra peripheral vision you get, everything just feels so much more immersive. I've been watching some videos and playing some games in 16:9, and it just feels so, almost dare I say, claustrophobic. It's like I'm looking through a tunnel playing games now, going back to a 16:9 screen. So if you've got a PC, I would say it's a really good idea to consider a ultra-wide monitor. However, if you've got a console, I wouldn't recommend it so much, because you will get those black bars on the side, because unfortunately PS5s and Xboxes, they don't support that ultra wide layout, so you will actually be only getting 16:9, either a stretched resolution or with black bars on the side. And same goes for watching YouTube videos, Netflix, things like that. You've got to be careful. If you're going to use this for watching content and productivity, it's probably not going to be the right monitor for you. But if you've got a PC and you want to play games, honestly, if you're looking for a top tier monitor, it doesn't get better than this. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. It's a bit of a short one, I know. It's not as much of a review. I just wanted to talk about my new monitor that I've got, show you the updates and how great this actually is. And if you are looking for this monitor, I will leave a link down below where you can pick it up. But on that note, I will see you next time. Goodbye.